saying you want more. The sound is hype, and we're sure that you feel real good when you're part of a Kid and Play adventure.
I think it's time to make the floor burn. What I'm saying is, it's your turn to do things you've always wanted to. Here's the jam
From Kid and Play to you. Listen up to what I'm saying here, work it out. Oh, you ain't staying here.
Troopers and troopettes should notice. Listen close, don't blow this chance.
To get next to the opposite sex, it means
if you ain't down, use the exit.
Just like Brutus, we always knew this. On the strength, y'all, we can do this my way.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Tribute Tuesday, Kid and Play. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. In the break just now, man, the artist that you heard, the song that you heard, was from one of my folk, one of the A-rate Stewies, T-Dub. That's T-Dub's daughter. His name, or her name, is Kayla Samaya. And I think she has stuff on iTunes, definitely on YouTube, because that's where we actually got the video from. But check out T-Dub's daughter, man, Kayla Samaya. Good stuff. Ooh, classic. That girl talented. That girl talented. Good stuff. Can really, really sing. Real good stuff. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. So Kid and Play is our feature throwback artist tribute Tuesday artist for today. We're also talking about the top 5 cereals, sugary cereals of all time. So I'm giving you my opinion as a 9-year-old kid and not as a 47-year-old man that barely eats cereals today. I'm giving you my thoughts about cereals from the time where I used to go into the grocery bag, and just dig for that box of cereal, because at that time, too, cereals had prizes in them. So these are the cereals that made me the most excited. They got me amped, because I saw a cartoon or a commercial or something like that for them. And so I'm talking about the top 5 cereals from back in the day. We just had a list of the top 5 worst cereals of all times. And as it stands right now, I haven't seen any suggestion to change my list. But number 5 on that list of worst cereals of all times is plain Cheerios, horrible. Raisin Bran, horrible-er. Wheaties, terrible. They suckered a kid into buying it because Bruce Jenner was on the front. Coming in number 2 was Grape Nuts. The only reason it made it number 2 because it had a fruit in it, grapes. And coming in at number 1 is the worst cereal of all times is shredded wheat. Like, my parents never brought shredded wheat in the house. They didn't eat shredded wheat. Like, I think I tasted shredded wheat because at my grandmother's house, she had it. And I think that's one of those fiber cereals. So she had it, and, checking it out. We never had this in my house, but I'm at my grandmama's house, and she got it. I've seen this commercial on Saturday mornings. Little did I know that those commercials were geared towards senior citizens. And so I was like, let me try this. And literally bit into shredded wheat and spit it out just like Fred G. Sanford. That's some bullshit. So shredded wheat is the worst cereal of all times. A little entertainment talk. Let's get into it. Celebrating today's date and birthdays, March 7th, 2017. Celebrating a birthday today is comedian Wanda Sykes. Wanda Sykes turns 53 years old today. Happy birthday to her. I like Wanda Sykes. I like Wanda Sykes. And I didn't realize it. Funny I talk about Wanda Sykes today, and her birthday is today. Yesterday, the old lady sent me a clip of Wanda Sykes and saying that, did you know that Wanda Sykes was married to a woman? I was was like, I had no clue. Not only is she married to a woman, it was a clip of her on Steve Harvey. I think she was on Steve Harvey yesterday. I don't know the exact background of the story, but she was on Steve Harvey. I don't know when it aired, but she was talking about her family life and how she had just got married. She's actually married to a woman. Didn't know this. And they've actually got kids. I don't know how that worked. Maybe they're adopted, but they have kids, and she's married to a woman. Happy birthday to Wanda Sykes. I didn't know. I didn't know. And Wanda Sykes went to Hampton. So she's a Hampton Pirate, HBCU grad. So shouts out to Wanda Sykes on her 53rd birthday. She's funny. A lot of times I see her, she's funny. Celebrating her 55th birthday today is singer Taylor Dayne. Damn, we should have had that cut ready. You remember Taylor Dayne from back in the day? She had that cut, Tell It to My Heart. Tell it to my heart. Whatever it was. So Taylor Dayne turns 55 years old today. That's a tongue twister name. Taylor Dayne turns 55 years old today. Outside of that one song, I don't know anything else that she's sung in her life, but she turns 55 today. Happy birthday to Taylor Dayne. And that is it. I don't think we had any Stewie's birthdays. If you got a birthday coming up, shoot me an email at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. We love giving birthday shots out around here, all right? doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Yeah. A couple quick little entertainment stories. Chance the Rapper is donating $1 million to Chicago public schools. The musician announced on Monday. Ball award to him. Yeah, Bruce Rauner, broke down. He said talks broke down with Illinois Governor Bruce Rauner over the weekend. Chance says, while I'm frustrated and disappointed in the governor's inaction, that will not stop me from doing all I can to support Chicago's most valuable resources as children. Said the musician Monday, broadcasting his press conference on Instagram live at Westcott Elementary School on the south side of Chicago, 3 blocks from where he was raised. Today, I am proud to announce I am donating $1 million to public schools, he said, urging corporations to join him. The Chicago native, Chancellor Bennett is his real name, voiced frustration on Friday following a 30-minute meeting with Rauner to discuss funding for Chicago schools, which have suffered extensive budget cuts and closures. He calls the governor's responses vague. Chance said the governor broke his promise to Chicago's children when he vetoed the funding to close out the school year. And he says our kids should not be hostages because of political positioning. We always hear negative things seemingly about Chicago and the school systems and all of the killing that's going on there by young kids and whatnot, man. Big ups to Chance the Rapper, man. I mean, I didn't know, first of all, you know, a lot of these younger cats, I don't follow to that degree. I do know this Chance the Rapper kid. He was nominated for a bunch of what is it, Grammys? Is that for the music industry? He was voted for a bunch of Grammys or nominated for a bunch of Grammys. I don't think he won a lot of them. But he's one of these up-and-coming cats. Maybe he won New Rapper of the Year or whatever, man. The only song that I know, the song that they play a gazillion times on the radio. If one more dread is trying to stop me, there could be some dreadhead ninjas in the lobby. You want no problem with it. That dude. So that's the only song I know. Maybe he's super, super talented. I don't know that much of his work. But that's good stuff. We always talk about the negative stuff, man. Wanted to bring some attention to a very good story. Chance the Rapper giving away $1 million this young in his career. I didn't know he was doing it like that. Big ups to you, sir. You don't want no problem with me. And one last story, man. The WWE Hall of Fame just got a little bit more ravishing as Rick Rude has been revealed as the latest inductee into the class of 2017. The ravishing one. That's right. The news was broken first by Bleacher Report, who also revealed that Rude will be inducted by one of his greatest rivals, 2009 inductee Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Yeah. So if you grew up in my era, once again, and we do a lot of reminiscing on this show, if you're new to the Ducks Do It show, if you grew up during my era, like the two body guys, like the two muscle-bound, this was a couple of them. There were a couple of guys that were just like ripped to shreds. So Rick Rude was one of them cats. Like Rick Rude had like a 57-11 pack. Ravishing Rick Rude. He came on during like the early 1980s. So you had Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. You had Ravishing Rick Rude. You had, what's his name? What was his name? Lex something. Lex Luger. You had the total package, Lex Luger. There were a couple of guys that clearly were on steroids. Clearly. Now, I'm sure a lot of those cats were on steroids, but some of those cats took it to the next level. Like Lex Luger, Paul Orndorff, Rick Rude, cats like that, man, would just rip the shreds. Just absolutely rip the shreds. And the great Rick Rude is going to the WWE Hall of Fame. Yes, sir. Rick Rude began wrestling in 1982 as Ricky Rude, a babyface jobber. They kind of label wrestlers babyface or heel or whatever. Rude lost his TV debut against Mid-Atlantic champion Paul Jones, the number one Paul Jones. Get it right. Number one Paul Jones. Yeah. Rude lost his TV debut against Mid-Atlantic champion Paul Jones. This is my stuff. Like, I didn't watch WWE when I was growing up. It was NWA. So, in a 1982 episode of NWA Worldwide Wrestling, he started with Vancouver's NWA All-Star Wrestling before moving on to compete for Georgia's Championship Wrestling, GCW, and later the Memphis-based Continental Wrestling Association, the CWA. Rude debuted on May 28, 1983, episode of World Championship Wrestling, defeating Pat Rose with a drop kick. Yes, sir. Shouts out to the great Rick Rude going to the WWE Hall of Fame.